It is a great honor and privilege to welcome Dr. David Lee Sheng Tin, HHC PhD, and internationally respected holistic health and lifestyle consultant, educator, researcher, and champion of human development and well-being. Currently serving as Adjunct Associate Professor of Health and Physiology at Maharishi International University, USA, and holding leadership position as National Director of Maharishi Institute of Science and Technology in Trinidad and Tobago, the Institute of Sustainable Living in Grenada, and the Institute of Health Education and Sustainable Living at St. Kitts. He continues to inspire transformative changes across communities worldwide. With more than 25 years of experience, he has empowered thousands through education, coaching, stress management, and holistic well-being programs. His academic achievements include a master's and PhD in Science of Creative Intelligence from Maharishi European Research University, complemented by advanced studies in Ayurveda, traditional Chinese medicine, nutrition, and strategic interventions. A globally sought-after speaker and consultant, Dr. Sheng Tin exemplifies wisdom, compassion, intellect, excellence, and visionary leadership, dedicating his life to promoting holistic health, conscious-based education, and the realization of human potential. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Dr. David Lee Sheng Tin.
Thank you very much.
Namaste, Dr. David Lee. So happy to see you in person, and though online, but still in front of me. And whole stage is yours to listen from you about yoga for youth brain development. All stage is yours.
Thank you very much. And namaste to everyone. Such a joy to be here at this conference this morning. Young people today are growing up in a world of constant notification, endless information, social pressure, academic stress, and uncertainty about the future. So today we'll explore what happens inside the adolescent brain, why stress is becoming a major challenge, and how yoga and meditation can help develop healthier, more resilient brains, and how we can help young people unlock their highest potential. Let's for a moment imagine your smartphone has over 50 apps open at the same time. Messages are coming in, social media notifications are popping up, videos are playing, music is streaming, and some maps are running in the background. Eventually, the phone starts to slow down, to freeze up and overheat, and the battery drains rapidly. This is something like what's happening with young people's brain on a daily basis. Their school demands, friendships, family expectation, social media and world events, and constant digital stimulations are all running simultaneously. You see, the youth brain isn't broken. It is simply overloaded. And this is where yoga and meditation can act by closing unnecessary apps, freeing up memory, and recharging the battery. A recent report in 2025 by the World Health Organization showed that 1 in 7 children experience significant trauma, and 50% of teenagers report feeling overwhelmed daily. And we know many teens spend over 7 hours a day on social media, and they are processing far more information than any previous generation. And even though technology has given our youth incredible opportunities, but it has also created unprecedented stress. I'm sure you'll agree. So what's the result? Many young people feel anxious, emotionally overwhelmed, distracted, and disconnected. To help us understand young people, we first have to understand how the brain functions. There's an area of the brain called the prefrontal cortex, which sits just behind the forehead here, and it is considered the CEO of the brain. It helps with decision making, emotional intelligence, self-control, planning, and good judgment. But here's a surprise. The prefrontal cortex doesn't fully mature, according to science, until around age 25. And meanwhile, another structure of the brain called the amygdala, or the fight or flight area, or the emotional center of the brain, is highly active. And the amygdala is a brain's alarm system. So when stress increases, that alarm gets louder, and the CEO, which is the prefrontal cortex, tend to go offline. So a stressed teenager is often not being difficult. It's just that their brain is simply operating in survival mode. So the question is, how can we help to strengthen the CEO and calm the alarm system of the brain? And this is where yoga enters the picture. A lot of people think yoga is simply some posture and stretching exercise, but yoga is actually a 5,000-year-old technology for human development. It is a complete system for mind, body, and spirit. And yoga works through three powerful tools. One, the body with asanas, movement and postures and stretching, etc., that most people are familiar with. And the breath through pranayama, doing different breathing techniques. And the mind through meditation. They help restore balance. And when stress pulls us apart, when we do yoga, yoga helps to bring us back together. And that's why the ancient word for yoga is union. I like to call yoga a natural software update for the brain. Because here's what happens. Asanas help to reduce cortisol, the stress hormone. Pranayama activates the vagus nerve, which is the body's calm and relax switch. And meditation strengthens the prefrontal cortex and improves brain functioning. So each area of yoga, asanas, pranayama, and meditation help to support each other. And together, they create a healthier nervous system and a more resilient brain. Let's look at one meditation technique that has been extensively researched, and that is the Transcendental Meditation, or TM technique. TM is a very simple and effortless mental technique that requires no change in lifestyle, religious belief, or diet, and it is generally practiced for about 15 to 20 minutes twice daily. And unlike concentration techniques, TM does not involve controlling thoughts. Instead, the mind naturally settles inward to a state of restful alertness. And people commonly experience deep rest, inner silence, inner wakefulness, and an expanded state of awareness. Moreover, there are over 600 published scientific studies that have reported on the beneficial effects of the Transcendental Meditation program. Just for a moment, let's just imagine the brain as an orchestra. If every musician plays a different song at the same time, what do you think we'll get? Noise. But when every musician plays together, we end up with a symphony. Many stressed young people live with constant internal noise. I got to. The brain is so busy all the time. But transcendental meditation helps the brain function more coherently. It helps transform that noise into harmony. Scientists have actually observed this using what is called EEG brain scans. They have found that during TM, alpha brain waves increase. the left and the right hemispheres of the brain become more synchronized, and the amygdala, the fight or flight area of the brain, becomes quieter. This allows the prefrontal cortex to become more active. In simple terms, the brain begins to work together instead of working against itself. Isn't that nice? When the brain functions more coherently, we see real-life benefits. Research reports improvement in academic performance, focus and attention, emotional regulation, empathy, and increasing self-awareness. Also, improvement in relationship and recovery from sleep deprivation, because young people tend to stay up quite late in the night. Studies have also reported a reduction in stress and anxiety and trauma-related symptoms. Because the goal is not merely relaxation, the goal really is helping young people become the best version of themselves. There are more than 300 schools worldwide that have introduced TM-based quiet time programs, and reported outcomes include reduced suspension, improved academic performance, better school climate, reduced violence and behavioral problems. One study even found significant reduction in PTSD symptoms among military cadets after only 4 weeks of meditation. So these findings suggest that when we change the inner environment, behavior naturally changes. While stress reduction is important, yoga really offers something even deeper. The ancient sages viewed yoga as a pathway to enlightenment. As practice deepens, individuals often experience greater inner peace, increased creativity, greater self-awareness, and more stable happiness, and a deeper connection with life and nature. So yoga is ultimately becoming whole again, not just performing better, but living in a state of enlightenment or self-realization. I would like to leave you with one final thought. Our youth are not broken. They are not problems to be fixed. They are seeds waiting for the right condition to grow. And as parents, you can become a model of calmness, self-awareness by practicing asanas and pranayama and meditation, because children learn from our actions. And as educators, why not bring evidence-based wellness programs like the David Lynch Quiet Time programs into your schools? And the young people listening out there, why not give yourself a few minutes each day to breathe, to move, and meditate? Small daily practices can create lifelong changes, because within everyone, including every young person, lies an infinite potential, a field of all possibilities. And when we give young people tools to develop their minds, emotions, and consciousness, we empower them not only to succeed academically, but to thrive throughout their entire lives. The scientific evidence shows that yoga, by creating union between mind, body, and spirit, can create total brain development for our youth. Blessings to you all, and thank you. Namaste.
Thank you very much, Dr. David. Very scientific yet scripturally rooted talk. Certainly, what you mentioned about the trauma and the conditions across the world, how much time they're spending on social media, and you rightly said PFC is the CEO of the brain. which helps us to be more emotionally intelligent. And you said that teenagers, their PFC is not that much developed and amygdala takes over, and that's why they remain in survival mode. And that's why yoga's input is must, which is needed. I loved the way you say that it's yoga as a natural software update. How pranayama supports in vagus nerve, meditation in PFC, and asanas reduce cortisols. Brain is an orchestra, and all functions should sync. Then only life will become a musical symphony. You are right. And the way you mentioned the transcendental meditations evidences how it increases alpha brain waves, reduces amygdala, increases PFC and coherent functions of the brain. And the impact of such meditation on emotional intelligence, empathy, and sleep, which is so encouraging to know. Youth likes data and scientific evidences. Yes, evidence-based programs will be certainly need of the hour. Thank you very much for blessing us with your guidance.
Thank you. Namaste.